SONDR sittings. We are here today with all of the editors of SONDR magazine. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just to kind of introduce ourselves, my name is Kayla Firko and I am from a small town called Sherman, Connecticut.
My name is Maddie. I'm also one of the editors and I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
My name is Aruna and I'm from Chennai, India.
My name is Piper and I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina.
And my name's Avery and I'm from a small town in Maryland called St. Michael's.
Awesome. So now that we kind of got to know each other, we just kind of wanted to have a conversation about what we've been seeing on the runways, specifically autumn-winter 2025.
Yes.
So what are you guys seeing that you're like, it's really catching your eye?
Well, I was looking at the fabrics of the show and I noticed that there was lots of furs, leathers, lots of velvet and satin also, which I thought was interesting. I'm not like the biggest fan of velvet personally, but I really liked the applications on a lot of the garments that they had. But I do eat up a fur and a leather. I was loving those looks. Schiaparelli had some really great looks.
Definitely love Schiaparelli.
Yeah. They like kind of hit the board around a lot of different categories of things.
Oh, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
I was just loving the leather as well. We can cut that out.
I was noticing that the 80s are coming back, which I think is going to be like huge in fall, winter, as well as all of next year. I mean, the 80s like brought some really cool silhouettes, and I think one of them was those big oversized shoulders and pads. And to see that come back, I think is going to be very interesting, and how it's going to be styled is going to be really cool. Saint Laurent specifically in the Vogue like runway. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All of their looks like had these bright bold colors and those sleeves being really exaggerated.
Yeah. I feel like definitely like part of the oversized shoulders is like the like economic state that we're in. Like
yes,
right
the
now.
power
Like,
dressing.
taking back the power. Like
Definitely.
everyone's really into that. So.
No, especially like on a feminine silhouette, I think that's gonna be really cool. I also love the funnel neck trend where I wouldn't say it's like polo neck because it's even higher than that. It's like going all the way up, and it's like kind of like still back to that power dressing. I think it's like a way of saying that we don't really need to show off our bodies, like for women. Like we can just look and feel like as good as we are, you know?
Yeah.
And Givenchy in specific, that had a
Yes,
little
the-
bedazzled like
Yes.
jewel moment,
Yeah, that looks
Yeah.
which was
great.
very different from like the other silhouettes I saw.
For sure.
And asymmetrical trend is wow. Like Comme des Garçons, like they did this really like avant-garde, like cool.
They had a lot of great looks.
Yeah,
And,
they really did.
for sure.
The colors.
Yeah. And I'm honestly very excited for the midi length skirt trend coming back too, because that's gonna be like really cool to see how it's styled differently than it has been in the past.
Yeah.
I loved the diesel midi length skirt, like the low rise. That one was really cute.
Definitely. Yeah. I feel like skirts, like, I'm super into like skirt over pants right now.
Mm.
I love it. It's hard time styling it on myself, but like
Yeah,
loving it on the
Big layering
runway.
trends.
Yes, layering
Yeah.
for sure. I was looking at like prints and stuff, and Chanel had this like striped look with like a skirt over pants, and it just like it was perfect. Like it was fully striped down to the like top to bottom, and it was just one like print all the way down. But it was so nice the way they like accessorized it, and yeah, I'm just obsessed with the stripes right now.
I also feel like stripes are just so timeless, and
For sure.
to bring that back is so playful, especially in fall winter. And with this like rise in like office siren like clothing and like back to that power dressing, like I feel like stripes are really gonna make it like bold and strong.
Especially
Yeah.
like vertical stripes, like elongating the silhouette is
Yeah.
a really, really elegant way of dressing as well.
Yeah, there were a lot of good patterns this year, for sure.
Yeah. I was loving how much plaid there was, and like how like different each look was with the plaid. Like I feel like everyone kind of thinks of plaid as like a flannel, but like there's so many different ways you can take it. Like I think D Squared was really smart about like having the plaid shirt, but then like accessorizing it with this big jacket with like a fur hood and like these bedazzled jeans. I just loved it.
Absolutely.
Okay, but like, what do you guys think about the animal print? Because I feel like I'm kind of getting a little tired of it. But I think this season they're doing more than just like the cheetah print that we've been seeing, which I feel like is
Yeah, they're
very
getting creative with
like,
it.
They are.
alternative prints like Bambi or like deer print.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's gonna be something like really interesting. It's not gonna just be cheetah print and zebra print, but it's gonna be more of these alternative prints as well.
Definitely.
I think that's what's like important. Like we want to keep seeing new things from designers. We're like tired of the same old things, and I think like Gani is doing it really well with their runway with like this like huge coat that they had.
Yeah.
And how are we feeling about floral moments in the fall? Because traditionally that is so spring summer, but I'm very excited to see it kind of take a turn and come in the fall season.
Definitely. I feel like floral has been like just evolving. Like it's no longer just a flowy silhouette. Like we've been seeing like florals in like a structured look, which I've been really into because it kind of like juxtaposes like the pattern with the silhouette, and I've just been really loving that.
Yeah.
Also going into fall winter, it's not going to be as like bright. Like the colors in the floral prints aren't going to be as bright. They're going to be a little bit darker.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Seeing like the ugly couch trends, like the ugly couch floral prints
Yes.
and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely darker prints.
Yeah.
I love the patterns. I feel like patterns recently are becoming like a neutral. Like everyone is loving
Very
like
true.
wearing
Yeah.
multiple patterns. Like for me, cheetah is a basic. Like
Yeah.
everything I love cheetah.
True.
Always.
I'm
Yeah.
also a huge pattern girl, and I feel like in the last few years, like we kind of like strayed away from those patterns and went for more neutral, like very like wellness girly vibe. And I'm very glad that we're gonna have more fun and like bold, be more bold with our fashion.
Yeah, I'm loving that too.
And kind of pivoting, but what did you guys think of like the detail trends, especially like the Paddington like rabbit feet that were kind of styled with like the Chloe Paddingtons in the past? I think that they're super cute, and I think it's a great way of kind of like adding your little personal touch and like styling and accessorizing your bags as well. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's like very poetic. Like I think the rabbit feet like mixed with like a very flowy silhouette, it just reminds me of like old timey poetry and just like very like romanticism esque. And I'm just really into that. Like super like out there like styling and
Yeah, and the first thing that popped into my head, I don't know if you guys like associate rabbit feet or something with like luck, like some part of rabbit is like part of luck, right?
Yeah.
So like I really thought it was interesting because it's again like just like a really good vibes trend.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really exciting to see not only like Chloe utilizing that, but also like Tory Burch and other brands as well. It's really fun to see kind of their take on like the bohemian trend with the rabbit feet. And then also another detail that I really loved was the brooches. I think that it's such a good way of, it's just such a versatile trend because you can use a brooch to like help style and like help gather fabric and kind of like add this like silhouette to your fabric and like in the back of shirts and everything I've seen runways have. But they also are just really interesting how Moschino kind of came out with these like Polaroid brooches and kind of this like offbeat jewelry. I thought that was a really interesting way of kind of, you know, having the brooches on the runway.
I agree. I feel like brooches have been kind of like on the rise slowly for a few years now.
Yeah.
And I love that they're like really surfacing as like a main accessory. I just think they're so fun. Like I love the like maximalism accessorizing. So I think it's like a great way to add on to different like garments. And it's just really cute.
I feel like touching on the Moschino Polaroid brooches, I feel like brooches have become like on the same level as like bag charms and everything with like personalization in your look. And I feel like a brooch is such like a good way to tie in like something that's important to you. Like brooches have been like passed down from like family members and stuff. So I think that's really cool to see people like incorporating that in their style.
Yeah, and it's very nostalgic too, which like really connects to this also like kidult trend.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah, I think we saw a lot of we were seeing a lot of this right now with like the whole nostalgia trend that's really defining the 2020s, especially like Sandy Lang's whole runway collection with like these little doll-sized clothes I thought was adorable, and then also the Simone Rocha bunny clutch. I thought that was just such a cute addition as well.
Yeah, love that.
And then also like layered belts as a detail trend, and Schiaparelli really like had so many of these looks. And I thought it was really cool. And Simone Rocha's like menswear collection as well kind of incorporated these belt details.
Yeah, Schiaparelli really hit the mark. Like,
Yeah,
there was one
honestly.
look that was like fully just a belt.
Yeah, the velvet
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
is so good.
Yeah, it was so good.
For sure.
I feel like the colors we've been seeing on the runway this season have been really awesome because I mean, me personally, I've been obsessed with the red that we've been seeing for like the past few seasons. But it's been this like vibrant like pop of red. But now we're kind of seeing like this darker cherry red, which I really love. I think Christopher John Rogers did it really well. Was in their show a lot. I'm trying to think what other colors. There was definitely also like this like brownish mocha color that we were seeing.
Definitely.
I mean, brown and like beige neutrals are always going to be a staple for like autumn winter, which is so great. But I think on the runway they've been doing like this like monochrome like look with the brown, like different shades, and I think it just looks awesome. Gucci did it really well, so did Louis Vuitton.
And I feel like you see a lot of like different pops of colors now this season. Like I feel like normally spring and summer focuses on like the blues. Like I saw this really pretty bright blue that I love because it reminds me like of our magazine, and I think it was a great addition in the magazine or in the runways.
And also the fact that mocha, like, that's the color of Pantone for the year, so I'm very glad that they were able to incorporate that into fashion and not just like home and everything, and to see like different designers have different take on colors and such bright, bold colors now is very interesting.
Yeah, I actually saw that. I think it was 2027. This bright blue is going to be like the projected color of the year.
Yeah, WHSN announced that. Yeah,
which I thought was really cool.
Really cool. We're just ahead of time.
I know.
Yeah. Like we've been using that blue since the beginning.
All those years ago. Yeah, but like the vibrant like blue that we've been seeing it on the runway like for a while now, but like the whole like dopamine dressing trend, I've been loving it because like honestly, me personally, I'm a little sick of quiet luxury. Like I love it, but like girl, let me like I mean, trend has never stopped me before, but like I love the vibrant colors, like just expressing yourself. And I think it's just like really awesome. And like I know like the history of blue is like really like, you know.
I feel like we've seen this electric blue like for a while now. Like I was actually looking into it, and I remember seeing like it's been around since like the 19th century. It had a lot of appearances in like Victorian fashion. Then we see it again in the 60s with those fun silhouettes, fun colors like Icon, Jackie Kennedy, and lots of designers like YSL and Dior were really styling those. And then you even saw like in the 90s as well with like that youthful rebellion dressing. I remember looking at some of the runway looks and seeing like that deep blue. But like you said, it really aligns today with that dopamine dressing, that fun maximalism trend.
No, for sure. And when you mentioned the 60s, it got me thinking of this Marilyn Monroe look that is one of her movies. And it was absolutely stunning. Like it's this bright blue, electric blue power suit, and it's just beautiful. And in one shot she's in the frame with two men standing beside her, both in like a boring gray. So it's very interesting to kind of see how this color like makes almost a symbolic gestures in different movies and film. Like for example in Challengers, like Zendaya wears this bright blue dress when she's talking to like Art and Patrick, and it was, and you know, it really makes a statement.
It really does. It really stands out, like, especially against that gray that you were talking about as well.
Yeah, I feel like that's just even like a testament of like going back from like Marilyn Monroe to today in Challengers. Like this blue has been everywhere, and maybe we've just like it's not one of those common colors that you think of, but it really has just like been.
It's always in the background.
For sure, and influencers like, I mean. We can't really call Princess Diana an influencer, but she is an influencer.
She was influencer before influencers were a thing.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And you know, she had this thing going for her since 1985. And even, did you guys keep up with the Met look this year?
Yes.
And Coleman Domingo, he strutted that carpet in that blue. And also, the carpet was blue.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Exactly.
And the walls.
Yeah.
Full set, girl.
Yeah. I also noticed that Dua Lipa, like, you know, in pop culture, like, she had this physical music video where she actually, like, first is in this, like, lavender, purple moment, and then as she steps into a different, like, time in the music video, it becomes blue. And it almost shows that symbolic change of like, everybody was loving purple like last year and last year, like, and now they're all gonna be loving this blue.
Yeah, true.
But I also feel like this blue has been like coming into the trend. Like right now, it's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But we did see it in runways past. Like in
True.
2022, Marc Jacobs in women's wear did this like blue look.
I remember.
No, I
that.
remember the huge,
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
Yeah,
I
with the
remember
cape
that.
and stuff. And in men's, like as well, like Loewe in 2024 had this like blue ensemble, which is not traditionally like a men's wear look, but I thought it ate.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like with anything, like it's just very interesting with like social media nowadays. Like it's so common that like all of these like trends are like so easily like adapted. So like these runway shows, like of course like us, like you know we keep up with like fashion and the runways, but like people who like aren't seeing it, they'll still like get this effect from like retailers. So like you'll see like that like Loewe show, and then you realize the next day on TikTok, electric blue is trending, and it's just like super interesting.
And then you're gonna
How-
see it everywhere.
Yeah.
Fast fashion.
Yeah.
everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. So just very interesting.
No, absolutely. And I think that also like it kind of makes it accessible to like everyone around the globe.
Yeah, it's
like
important. Yeah.
like in different markets where there's not even like fashion shows, like where I'm from in India, there's like not really like a lot of fashion shows, but I've been noticing that this like blue trend is also kind of like progressing over there.
Wow. Yeah, it's really awesome.
Well, I've been seeing on social media with a couple of different influencers, like not even the big ones, but more niche markets, that this trend has really been very present on TikTok and Instagram. And it's also styled in more ways than one, because it's not only just like this electric blue fashion trend, but it can also be like a nail trend and a lifestyle trend. I saw a style with like athleisure as well. So it's kind of all over the market right now and all over social media.
No, for sure. Like imagine like a an electric blue like eye look with with like
Beauty
a
too,
I just feel like that it's just gonna really slay.
Yeah, I feel like Zendaya had like her makeup, like her eyeshadow was
Yes,
this
I
kind
know
of
what you're talking
and her
about.
like Mugler look at the Met a couple years
Yep.
ago. And that was just like a fabulous look. So I mean, it's been here and it's coming back.
Yeah, and you know, like I think
We love to see it over at SONDR as it's our signature blue.
No,
Yeah.
for sure.
We're just like so on trend.
Of
We
course.
are on trend, and you know, we will always keep up with the latest trends and update you guys as well on what we're being seen.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys have any like last thoughts? I mean, I think we kind of touched on
Yeah, we kind of summed it up, but let us know what you guys think of this trend on our Instagram or TikTok or any of our platforms, even our podcast comments. So just let us know.
We're
Yeah.
at SONDR on all platforms.
Make
Yes.
sure to tune in next season when we come at you with new trends.
Thank you for
Thank
joining.
you.